A beautiful day it is today again. Make the most of it, guys. Now, listen, I'm going to show you this clip. It's very interesting, very short clip, but within that short clip, there's some very interesting things. So, what you're going to see is someone say to someone, "You're an undercover," right? And I also want you to watch Subject Access's face when that is said, because he looks very concerned, very intrigued, very, you know? Right, have a look. So that's Subject Access in the middle there, looking very concerned that someone is being labelled an undercover. I wonder why, eh? I wonder why you look so concerned about that. So he goes over to him and says, "You look like an undie, bruv." And then the guy goes, "No, I'm really not." And then he goes, "Oh, right, fair enough." And then he walks off and says, "I thought you were an undercover, mate. You look like one." Very strange, because if you look right, when he actually says it, he's already walked past the guy, and then he just turns around and says it. It just doesn't make sense, right? Watch. So here he comes, and turns round. So he's talking to that guy in the cap, and he says, "You're an Andy, bruv." So all of a sudden, you decided to turn round, walk back, and tell someone that they're an undercover, right? And the terminology "undie" for an undercover is really bad. I wouldn't use that ever. All right, bruv, all right, mate. Sorry, I thought you were undercover, mate, but because you said no, you're not, then all right, fine, fair enough, mate. Good investigation work, that. I'm really not, bruv. Fact. That's what he says. Oh, what I want you to look at is what this guy who got accused of being an undercover has in his hand. So what he's got is a face covering in his hand, scrunched up, basically. Yeah? Why? Why? See that? So let's watch it in slow motion, yeah, because everything is better in slow motion, isn't it? Right, so here we go. Playback speed 0.5. Now, the reason I reckon Subject Access is so concerned that someone's just got called an undercover is because I'm sure one day someone might say the same about you, Subject Access, and it makes you a little bit nervous. But obviously, if you were a good person and you weren't filming fake events and, events with actors like Grey Bleeder, yeah, for example, then you wouldn't feel nervous, would you? Looks nervous to me, like, oh god, someone's getting called out as a undercover. What happens if they say it to me next? You know? That's that kind of look. I'm really not, bruv. Fact. That is such a good defence. You're an undercover. I'm really not, bruv. Fact. Wow, what a defence. This guy doesn't need a lawyer. And like I said, watch for what he's got in his hand, yeah? See that? Yeah. Face covering. So why, if he's an anti-lockdown movement, why has he got a face covering? Secondly, why has he got it in his hand like that? Yeah, so maybe he was an undercover. I don't know, but all I'll say about this whole thing, it just looks dodgy the way the guy's walking total opposite direction, and then comes back. Look. You're an undercover. What made him turn round, guys? What made him turn round? Look.
You're an undercover.
And just so you know, guys, Subject Access films known actors such as Pavlov. It's provable that he's an actor. He admits it himself. He's got two listings on actor agencies, yeah. And Subject Access knows there's films in regardless, because what I believe to be happening is that Subject Access is probably getting some dough from somewhere to film these actors doing these fake events to scare people to not protesting, to then bring in draconian laws with these events as the catalyst. So basically he's been a traitor to us all. If you think about it, guys, it's really as simple as that. So anyone connected to him and defending him, they are also traitors as well. So we've worked on about a list of about 60 of them, guys, and it goes all the way back to Speaker's Corner, and it goes all the way back to Tommy Robinson. And this is all, you know, it's all easy to find out yourself. You just do a bit of research like me and my team have done over the last few years. So one more time, guys, because I want this to be quick. Look how nervous Subject Access looks. You should do, mate. Because I tell you what, we in this household, we all go to sleep guilt-free. The Overkids go to sleep guilt-free because we know that we've got clear conscience, because we're doing our best for humanity, and like these people who film fake events with known actors. So let's summarise. He started walking off. He comes back, yeah. Says, "You're undercover." The guy says, "I'm really not, bruv, fact." And then he says, "Oh, all right," and walks off. "Oh, I thought you were, mate." Subject Access looks really, really guilty and nervous and anxious about the fact that the word undercover was just used right by him. As soon as he says it, look, he turns around, boom. He's like, oh, God. And you know why? Because one day they're going to say that about you, man. And I gave you the chance to, you know, be a decent human being and work for the right side, which is humanity. But you chose to work for the money and the Freemasons and the Satanists, and God knows what else. Yeah. So yeah. And then the guy who they call undercover, who he calls undercover, says he's not, and then is walking around with that face covering in his hand. Right, on an anti-lockdown movement, guys. Yeah. So that's just one quick example of a weird event. Why did he turn around and say, "You're an undercover"? He was walking away. He turns around and says, "You're an undercover." Very strange, guys. Right, boom, let's leave it there on Subject Access's anxious, concerned face, because obviously he's racked with guilt. And all these people who are connected to him, like Media Consumer, for example, you should be racked with guilt. All of you. Yeah, I don't know how you sleep at night doing what you're doing to us decent people, with love in our hearts for everyone, with no malice towards anyone unless they do evil to us. Yeah, we're good people, and you're working against us. Disgusting, man. Disgusting. But I feel vindicated because everything I've been saying for months was proven yesterday. And I got many, many more videos to come today. So get your roast ready. We're going to have a vegetarian roast. But get your roast ready. And let's have a good day analysing all the rubbish that happened yesterday. Take care, everyone. Much love, peace and blessings.